All right, let's take on the next quest in Nightingale, and that's the Blade and Barrel and Friends in Unlikely Places. And I see we've found a friend here in our tent, and he's very pretty. I don't really want to kill him, but I kind of like having him around. Okay, so we need to eat something, and we're getting a little bit low on food, so I'm going to have to, at some point, find myself some food, and hopefully not have to kill anything to do it just yet anyway. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is look at Blade and Barrel, find a ranged weapon. We're going to look at our map and see where this is. So we have treasured items, settlement, quests available. So I'm guessing it's probably going to be in this quests available area. So let's head over there. We're going to go across the river. Again, I'm going to suggest you collect anything you can along the way. And now I'm wet, and my character doesn't particularly like being wet. So collect as you go. I find it handy to just run with my W key and then just keep pressing my E key as I go. And you'll see these little, and they got away from there, the little moving dots of light, and those are actually essence. And if you can chase after those, you can actually pick up more essence. But I'm not going to do that right now because we're trying to accomplish something. So now here we have wolves, and you will see we'll be able to kill those fairly easily. Something to bear in mind is wolves here, for whatever reason, almost always come in groups of three. Ah, there we go. I ended up getting myself killed. So I'm going to respawn. And as oh, here's Puck. So let's
No
see what Puck
hurry
has to
taking
say.
you just yet, my friend. Though this Zephyr would prefer to whisper over your bones, I have tasked it with your preservation. Should you perish, it will whisk you away and revive your spirit. Of course, the Zephyr is tasked only with rescuing you. The contract is very literal about that, though I have asked it to try to preserve your modesty and what tools it can. However, the disquieting sensation of death will linger afterward, so tread warily.
So you do have a little bit less strength and power for a while afterwards. So anyway, let's go back up here where we were. Again, if you get into the center of these things, you can usually collect some, and as you can see, you have a marker that tells you where you died. So this marker is going to take us back. And here are the wolves. Now you're going to take your knife, your hunting knife, and you're going to kill them and pick up this meat. This will give you some food. So remember, there are always going to be three wolves, so don't ever get too cocky after you kill one. And it looks like either we killed the third one or the third one ran away. So, and let's see if we can capture some of these. There, see? We can capture some of these essence, and we'll be able to use those to purchase more items. Okay, so let's get back to our map to see where we're going. This is where we want to go, over here. So we've kind of wandered in the wrong direction. So let's go back, and again, if you can collect this stuff as you go, you'll be much further ahead. Here's some essence. There's the third wolf. and you'll pick up that meat. Okay, so we want to wander over this direction. This is where the settlement is. So your map is going to tell you how to get to places. So it's pretty important that you keep track of where you're going on your map. You can also put markers down to help you find things. Okay. Now we're going to find some not so nice guys here, but again, they're still fairly easy to play. Now this is what you're going to want to get rid of quickly because this is what spawns your enemies. Once you get rid of that, then they will not spawn anymore. So that's important. I thought I had seen one more, but maybe not. Okay, we have, oh, there's one more over there. And we'll grab his essence and pick up some gunpowder sulfur. Okay. Now, one of the interesting features about this game is you can actually recruit people to hang out with you, and they will help you fight and help you do different things. Eddie is the first one we've run into here. He's recruitable. But let's take a look in here. There. See all the essence we're going to pick up here? Now, this building is where we're going to find quests. So we're going to wander down here and peek around in here. See what we have. So basically, I think we're just going to continue trying to get down there. So let's go this way. Oh. Come down, down another floor. And then as we move out here, you will see your first essence trader. Now the essence traders, every time you go to a new realm, they're going to be really important because we will be able to, well, by the time they finish chatting with us anyway, we just go through there to get to it. Let's see what you're selling. Now this is interesting because again, these are things that you're going to be able to buy with your essence. So you can buy things like an axe, a knife, a pick, or even berries or bones or different things. But I think we're going to be able to do all that without having to buy it. So let's just kind of be aware that you can get these things. So every time you go to a new realm, you want to check out the essence trader because each one of them has different recipes depending on where you are. Now we're going to go over here. This is our first quest giver, and she's got some quests for you, so you can kind of, whoops, just kind of, you can read through it, but I'm not going to stop to read through, although I'm just going to kind of move through this quickly. So she gives you the quest. So I recommend you actually take the time to stop and read this. But I have done it before, so I'm going to. So only one way to find out is the quest. So I'm going to accept the quest, and then I'm going to say that's all for now. So now we have a new quest, which is called Strength in Numbers. Okay. Now if we go over here, we see another quest giver, G. Turner. So we're going to go over here. We're going to speak to Mr. Turner. And again, I'm not going to stop and read all this, but I would absolutely suggest that you do. And he will answer questions about the realm, and he'll answer questions about essence. So he's actually pretty helpful. He'll give you some good information. Okay. So he's going to talk to you a little bit about Bastilles, and that's something that you're going to want to know about later. So just kind of go through this. sometimes these guys can talk a long time. Okay, so he will give you some information. Come over here and just look around. You never know what you're going to find scattered in these areas. There's a bed. You can use any bed in the game, by the way. So just so you're aware of that. And then you see Beatrice over here. So this is another one of the recruitable people. You can recruit them. So you go up to Beatrice or to the other guy outside and you hit E, and then they will have a conversation with you. And you can either say that you want someone to help you at your estate, or you could use a traveling companion. I'm going to recruit them and have them become a traveling companion. And then let's be off. And they will now follow you around and be your companions. Okay, so now if we look up on the right, we have Hear a Rumor from Wilhelmina. So let's go back over to Wilhelmina and see what kind of a rumor she has. Have you heard any rumors lately? And then she will tell you. And there's lots of more dialogue there, but I'm just trying to get through this. So, here, realm walkers, it seems a great many of your fellow realm walkers about diving from their Nightingale horrors to realms as near as Sylvan's cradle. So, yeah. So now you've heard your rumor. So your next quest is going to be to find a ranged weapon or get some wisdom from Graham. So I guess there's something else we have to ask him for. So let's go back over here and oh, I see something is glowing. So let's grab the simple pack. Wonderful. And let's go back to Graham. Do we have any wisdom to share? Be glad for whatever basics you can apply. Have you ever cooked a proper meal? So, and he's going to tell you to make a campfire. Okay, so now you have another quest to cook a meal. So let's head back out of here, find our way back up the stairs. Okay, and right here, as you can see, we've got a sword we can acquire. So let's acquire the sword. And let's come back out here. Now, we have to find a ranged weapon somewhere along the way. So I'm guessing, or did we already get our ranged weapon? Blade and barrel. Ranged weapon. Okay. There are treasured items, and as you can see, we're going to jump around at some point and collect all of these. But for now, it seems to me that there is something along here we have to capture. I'm trying to move away a little bit so I can see whether or not there is a. guess not. So I guess we're finished here. So we will move on from there. But this is your first quest on how to find friends and get your first follower. And as you can see, he's following me around and will follow me anywhere I go. And at some point, I can actually go in and equip him with different weapons. So if you want to do that, you go to E, and then let's discuss your role. And I can give him better weapons, better, or her, I guess, better weapons, better clothing, whatever I want to have her have in her inventory, and she will use it automatically. And you can see my gear score is now at 15, which is actually pretty low, but we'll be building that as it goes. So that's your next quest, and we will be back for the next section a little bit later on.